Silver's log, number 17. Alright, so it's the real number 17. Last one was actually number 16. I messed up on that one because reasons I actually recorded a different log, number 16. I was gonna put it out before the patch, talking about the patch notes, what I thought of it, what would happen afterwards. Anyways, but the first time I recorded it, I didn't like the way I did it. The second time, the recording messed up, so I had to start over. And by that time, I was out of time. I had to go to work and got home. I guess I could have done it when I got home, but it was like it was already relatively late into the day before patch day, and so not many people would have, not as many people could have seen it as they could have otherwise, if I had got it done earlier. So I had to. I don't know. I decided I would record one afterwards instead. It's what I decided there. So yeah, there's that. So this is the real number 17. People have been asking me on a lot of my videos lately, and I have been uploading a lot of videos lately because, well, I'll talk about that in just a second. Anyways, a lot of my videos haven't had sound. This is due to I got a new headset. I was using a Turtle Beach Stealth 500p before, and that allowed me to record everything, voices, game volume, all that stuff. I bought the headband, the part that goes over your head that connects the earpieces. Anyways, that part snapped in one part, so it's being held together by a wire. I taped it up. I tried super gluing it, but it wouldn't hold. Or Gorilla Glue, because some people are gonna be, Silver, why don't you use Gorilla Glue? Come on, it's the only way to do it. But yeah, so that didn't work out. So I can still use that headset if I absolutely need to, if I really need to record volume or voices. So with this new headset, if I have it plugged in, I'm gonna test something after this, see if it'll work. And otherwise, if I really need to record voice, I'll just have to put on the other headset. I might just put on the other headset for PCs, honestly. This new headset, it's a Sony Gold headset. I decided to go buy it because there was a sale. It was like $30 off, so it's only 70 rather than 100. So I mean, it's a really nice headset, other than the recording issues. But I don't know, I do get some weird cutout stuff. I don't know if that's. I have a couple suspicions as to why that might be. I'm not positive on that. Anyway, so that's a problem for a while. A bunch of those videos, I'm gonna try to in the future have volume on as much as I can do. Yeah, so that's all I can say. I've got. It's weird. Like if I do something wrong, I get far more comments than when I do something right. But maybe I don't do anything right, and I do everything average, and I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So I've been flooding this channel with content. Whole bunch of things, like all my PCs. I had a big backlog, and I don't know, I didn't have sound, so I wanted to like add music, but the way YouTube does it, I can only add one song, unless I'm mistaken. Please correct me if anyone's aware of otherwise. Okay, say if I upload it to YouTube, it lets me add a song to it, but I can only add one song, like however long song, like 3 minutes are most of them, and these are 15-20 minute videos. So I tried to add the song, and then I tried to add another song at the end of that, but then it replaces the first song instead, and it doesn't actually work. So my other option was get some other songs, put them on before I upload to YouTube. That would involve me like downloading or doing some other shenanigans to get them onto the video before I upload. So I have to actually get those, and I have to add them on. I would have to actually export my all these videos to the Movie Maker instead of just uploading them right out of my capture card program. It'd be a big hassle. So I don't know, I figured it was just going to take too long for how many videos I had, so I just decided to upload them all, maybe in the future. Also in the future, I think I'm going to start adding some sort of designation for when I actually have, there's actually really exciting, kill myself here, God. When there's actually really exciting PC battles, because, as it stands now, I'm not getting too many views on them anymore because I'm uploading so many. Views are kind of spread out. People are getting bored of some of them. I think I'll just add like some asterisks before, like I'll have 3 little asterisks before the title, if somewhere. Anyways, if designated if it's like an action-filled good battle. I try to, unless a battle is just awful or just really I see like no action or it's very very laggy, I upload almost all my PC battles. But yeah, every once in a while there'll be some boring ones. So I'll give it a designation. So if people want to watch all of them, they can. But if you just want to watch really actiony ones, you can do that. So yeah, that's enough of that. So footage, what you got here? This is me running Rattati's Assault with a Krins and an Agamis. Now the Krins isn't really that great of a weapon. Assault rifles in general aren't that great of weapons right now. And then the Krins is only slightly better than Proto. It's got a 50% larger clip, and I think just a tad bit more damage, maybe tiny bit more range. I don't know about the range though. I think the accuracy rating is higher, which whatever that means, that number's pointless. Yeah. Before I forget, honestly, CCP needs to add a lot more stats. I just sent in a ticket requesting all of the stats I can't view in game, like assists, total win, all things like that. So I sent in a ticket because I'm very curious to see that. Oh god, I die here because freaking I can't cross that grenade. That would have instantly killed me, and then I get shot down anyways. I lose a decent amount of Rattadis in this. I mean, the Rattadis plus the Krins plus the Agamis, I lose millions worth of assets in this, but it's whatever. I had like 14 Rattadis before I started this. Anyways, then Agamis are pretty expensive too. Krins are a bit less. Agamis probably like 3 to 400k, and Krins are between 2 and 300k. Anyways, main reason I did this video, two reasons actually. First reason, I'm going to spec out of Galente Assault whenever I do get my respec. I may go back into a Mara Assault, I don't know. Like, I've been using the Scrambler Rifle very lately, and god, I really like it. It's a really good gun. I mean, it's too good in my opinion. But I don't like using it all that much. Like I like using it in maybe an ambush, but otherwise. Anyways, so I'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm getting rid of Galente Assault, so I might as well use up the Rattadis I have, because it's just a few, so there's no need to sell them. I don't have a massive amount. I also am gonna spec out a laser rifles. I'm thinking most likely maybe I'll keep them if I keep a Marshall, but I don't know. I always seem to be thinking like I should get rid of Marshall, and then right before I'm gonna reset, it's like, wow, this is like an okay suit. Like maybe I should keep it. Then I always end up regretting it, so I think I'm just gonna go with what I've learned. Yeah, so Heracles Porsche is repping me. He put his video up a while ago. He actually earns off this battle 1.4 million ISK. I get a million. I don't know how much Broto's actually on the other team. That influenced payout a lot. I know Louise Marley, 55 or whatever his name is on their team, and he dies like 13 times, all in Proto. I think he brings that officer at least one time. So he dies, like 12 times in pure Proto, and then at least one other time with Proto plus officer. So yeah, that gets us a lot of ISK, and I'm sure there's other Proto on the team. This is the first time no, this is one of the first. This is some of the first officer I've ever used. Before this, I think I'd only used the Victor's laser rifle. I'd never used anything else. The only other time, and I used that just a touch. I've been trying to get good gameplay, but I don't know. I haven't been able to get just real. I think I killed myself like 3 times in video, but I guess I was in bangers. I don't know. I can't get like really good gameplay of the Victors. If I do hit 0, I have 20 something left, but I guess I started with 20 something, so I haven't lost that many. Yeah, I'll try to get some really good gameplay, but if not, it's whatever. I apologize if I can't get very good gameplay. I don't know. I have one up my sleeve, which I'll use for the next vlog because it's a really short ambush, and I have some shorter clips, which I think some people enjoyed when I put all those clips together last time with just quirky things like glitches and funny things happen. Anyways, so I'll throw that together in the next one. I'm already working on that. Maybe I'll even do it tomorrow because I have time tomorrow. Anyways, yeah, so yeah. Oh, the other reason I'm running this stuff. This guy named Vlad Stoic or Stowich, I don't know. I just call him Vlad. Anyways, he gave me 60 or 70 Krins at one point. He just told me, Silver, use these in a video. So, it's gonna be tough to use all these Krins. I'm just gonna probably throw them on Gal Assaults and just run them after a little bit here. But I don't like running the assault rifle because they're pretty weak. Anyways, but this Agamis is amazing. Definitely one of the best officer weapons. This, probably Alden's. Victor is very good, but it's situational. Anyways, that's not about that. Let's get on to real topics after I just talked about whatever I just talked about for 10 minutes. Warbarges. At some point, I don't know when this was exactly, they allowed you to upgrade them to level 6 for like 9,000 components. Don't do this right now. There's no point. You'll get nothing. You unlock nothing. Maybe in the future they'll have something that it unlocks, but it gets you absolutely nothing. No bonuses, no new mobile factory thing, whatever nodes, whatever they're called. So don't do that. Another thing. So I think it's it's level 3 mobile factory, I believe. You make 400 warbarge components per day, and if you have level like 1 or 2. Getting text messages. If you get it's like level 2, I don't know. Anyways, whatever the level of mobile factory that gives you 400 components per day, and the mobile factory that produces 2 officer weapons per day, which costs you 396 warbarge components. Anyway, some people are saying that if you get those 2 things in combination, that you'll get exact, it'll basically even out and you'll gain 4 per day. But this isn't entirely true. If in a perfect world, yes, it would be true. But if you do claim something from your warbard, okay, let's say you're halfway done. Your experimental laboratory has made 1 thing, and it's halfway done making the second thing, experimental or officer gear. If you claim it right there, it'll reset. So basically, you just wasted that half that had already started. God, it's straight camp there. God, I lose too many suits in this. I should have lost less in this. Anyways, so yeah, you just have to start all over. So really, you're gonna be gaining. Unless you just know like pretty much what time you claimed the day before. If you just claim like right at that time, that the next day you can pretty much just after a while it's gonna. And anyways, if you just claim it every time you can, just anytime you're on and you see it, you can claim it. Basically, you're gonna make more components because it resets. So you can be 99% of the way done with your second item out of your experimental laboratory, but all that progress will be gone when you do that. So yeah, there's that. Serpent Scouts, I kind of made a video about how to get them. Most of the video was about that. Sounds like Rattati was a little enraged that people were doing. I don't know. Probably wasn't enraged, but he's probably just annoyed. I don't know. Anyway, so at some point they're supposed to be taking them all away. I don't know. I didn't even use them. I just claimed them just goes. I don't think I used it 1 time. I think it spawned in at 1 time just to AFK for like the last couple seconds of the match or something because it was the cheapest suit I had. Yeah. So Serpent Scouts will probably be taken away. They said maybe something about people being punished for moving them around, but I think that's just because I don't know, that was kind of assuming that people actually heard that was supposed to be a bad thing that you're not supposed to do. Well, I mean, it's pretty much implied. You should probably figure it out. CCP didn't want you to do that. But oh god, that Agnes is so good. But yeah, so they're gonna be, probably nobody will be punished for anything. I would imagine they'll take them all away. Maybe they'll mess up. Maybe some people will get to keep them, or they won't take away all of them. But in theory, they should be taking them all away. So there's that. Now, a big problem that I've heard about and I've kind of noticed lately, and just it's probably becoming apparent to a lot of people, is the amount of officer gear just in pub matches, PC, everything. So it's very easy to obtain them anymore. You can buy them. I mean, they're relatively expensive if you don't have a lot of this. I have a lot of this, so I used a lot of that disc on buying them. But newer players, it's pretty expensive for them. But the big idea is you can buy them easily. You get them from your experimental laboratory very often. It even seems like more often than experimental gear. I've heard from a lot of people, and I've just seen. I don't know. It's about pretty even for me, honestly. I think I get roughly about as much officer gear from the experimental laboratory as I do experimental gear. But yeah, and then so you add in the experimental laboratory. How easy it is to buy from people that already had things masked up from just playing a lot, and then you add in why am I drawing a blank here? Oh yeah, duh. Salvaging. You can salvage these in battle. So if the enemy team uses them in faction warfare or planetary conquest battle, it's very likely the other team will salvage it. So even if you think it's lost, like it just basically in your mind it's lost because you don't have it anymore. But what you don't really think about is the fact that it's still in the market. Other people now have it. So it's not very common for officer gear to leave the market because like other gear, it might be salvaged by other people, but then they'll just go on and sell it. But the market is flooded with officer gear. CCP, I doubt you watch my videos. I know Rattati, you watched like one of my videos or something. But anyways, yeah, so it's becoming flooded. The experimental laboratory needs to be greatly toned down to either never or very rarely give officer gear, and I don't know, something because it's just too easy to get officer gear now, and maybe that's intended, but it's led to a very big power creep. I've been playing a bunch of ambush today, trying to get good footage of my Victor's laser rifle because I don't know, I just can't stand domination anymore. But yeah, just I went against so many Victor's laser rifles. Like there's this guy named Antoine. I kept fighting. He had a laser rifle every game. Bear 90211. He whipped his out one game. Another game, I think somebody from Gods Among Men had his out. Like just so many games. Just I played more in the past few days. I played more games against Victor's laser rifles than not. So there's that. That's I don't know. That's just one. And then I think one game somebody had a Galags. Another game somebody had an Agamis and a Galags on a Ratatius. Just a whole bunch of things. So yeah, just maybe officer gear just shouldn't be able to be salvaged after PC and faction warfare. Maybe it should just be destroyed or something. Or maybe it should just become a very low chance of that being one of the things that comes to salvage. Because I believe not everything is salvaged. I think when you win the battle, only 50% of the actual salvage lost by both teams is divided up between the 16 players or however many it is. So yeah, something. But there's just way too much officer gear available and used right now. The 4-man squads were implemented in pubs to try to cut down on pub stomping, but now there's officer gear that lets it makes up for the loss. God, oh my god, look at that range, that damage. Like God, Louise Marley just gets raped by it so many times this game. Okay, so there's that big issue. Anyways, progression system. I had a whole video where I talked about all of this stuff before the patch, but then I didn't get around to it because reasons I explained earlier. Progression system, it's now in place. It's best for new players. If you haven't, go through and claim everything that you're able to claim. Just some free stuff. There's one Mimitar suit. I don't remember which one. It actually sells for like 10,000 more than all the other suits of its same class. So like all of them will sell for like 3,000. That one sells for like 13,000. So it's like decent. Maybe it's like way. I don't remember what it was exactly. I was already, I'd already pressed the X button on sell when I realized how much I was actually selling it for. I don't recall the name. Anyways, so progression system, that's okay. It's better for new players. It's not that exciting either way, though, honestly. Tier side. Basic, advanced, and proto now all have the same slot layout. Advanced or militia rather, I think it still has like one less slot. But anyways, they have the same slot layout. The only difference is bandwidth and CPU PG and price, of course. Like Cavalry Assault, all at 5 high, 3 low. One equipment, and then the weapons and whatnot. He gets me, no. Is that an Agnes he killed me? No, he does kill me with an Agnes. Just I needed one more shot. Yeah, I don't know. Just freaking gangbangs up on my crew. Anyways, yeah. So it's pretty cool. It brings it, it gives a little bit of bonus to standard and advanced, but definitely proto is still, the way to go if you want a really, really good suit. You can't fit all your proto, whatnot, and who's what's it's on your advanced or basic suits. Apex got a bit of a buff. Their CPU PG got buffed. It's now between basic and advanced, and they still had the bandwidth of proto suit. So non-sentinel still have that little bonus on the Apex suits. They were selling for between 40 and 50 mil on like the first and second day, but now most of them are down to 30-ish mil, it seems. Yeah, PC changes. I've been liking it a lot. The command point, mass attacks aren't really a thing. You would have to get a whole bunch of corps if you wanted to mass attack. You can now actually gain money off of districts by selling clones. Clones are worth 110,000 ISK each. That's that's 49 million, I think, for 49. 49.5 million for 450 clones. There we go. I don't know. I can do that. 49.5 million if you sell off a full cargo hub, but that'll cost you 22. I think it's 50 CP per clone. Yeah, but then it'll get you. It'll cost 22,500 CP. It'll get you 49,500,000 ISK, and it'll get you, I don't remember the amount of DKs, it's 90 times 450, whatever that is, and then it divides it up amongst your court members based on CP contributions. So more CP you earn for your corp, the more DKs you get in return when they PC, if they PC. There's all that stuff. I might go into depth. That I don't know. Maybe I'll have a whole video about PC, just ins and outs of it, tips, whatnot. Anyways, you can watch my PC videos if you. Anyways, once again, CPM's coming up. Still waiting on, when the elections actually are, for the threads to actually be allowed to be made in the proper section and whatnot. I have a couple people in mind that I'm gonna highly recommend to you guys because they're very good, very good people for the job, I believe. Yeah, I mean, I hope you'll vote for who I think should be voted for, because I like to think by now that I have a pretty good grasp on concepts such as that within this game. I've interacted with enough people, high up enough, anyways, I'm not gonna try to do that. Anyways, and I left negative feedback, sadly. I don't think I talked about this yet. I was in there about a week. It wasn't bad. Just something about it wasn't for me exactly. Definitely that type of corp is for a certain type of person. I don't know exactly who or what. Anyways, I can't. It's a slightly too abstract for me. Anyways, I'm in Random Guns now. I've been friends with these guys for a while. I ranked them quite a bit when I was in Cap, and I got to know a bunch of the guys. Paulus, this guy named Paulus convinced me to join. He's kind of a troll. And now he probably has an enormous head because I said, you got me to join. You got all these other people to join. Anyways, yeah, so I'm in Random Guns. I'm pretty happy here. Getting to know some more guys here. It's a good time. If you want to get in the corp, it's not too hard, and especially if, you could say Silver sent you or whatever, for most people. Yeah, so if there's anything in this video I talked about you want me to talk a bit more in depth about, let me know. And please, guys, just feedback is what I need most on these videos. Like, you can like the videos, that's cool. Like, subscribing is always nice. It gives me a little morale. I'm almost up to 300. But comments, what I should do better, what I should do, just things. That's what I really need. So yeah, you saw I gained almost a million-isk, right around a million. Almost a 9 KD, 52 kills, 14 kill assists, 6 deaths. Yeah. So again, I dedicate this video to Vlad over there, and that is Silver's log number 17.